burning and it was starting to kind of develop, you really saw elements of how the story, got going. Now, when you were approached about joining the group, what were your thoughts about getting into something like Aces and Eights, being that it was such a, you went from being the baby face to now an absolute hardcore heel with this awesome stable?
My exact words were, hell yeah. I saw the writing on the wall. I saw how people were acting to it, and I was like, absolutely awesome. This is just a cool, edgy, something that nobody's seen really since the NWO Degeneration X. So it was not brand. The idea of it was, what we were doing, the physicality of it was new, but the idea of it really wasn't. But nobody had seen it in a long time. Nobody's seen anything like this edginess and this raw, just nastiness since Degeneration X and NWO. Nobody, nothing, it hadn't been done again. So, in a sense, it was new and fresh, and it was a lot of fun. There was a real heat with that group that hadn't been seen in wrestling anywhere, to be honest with you, in a long, long time. We actually had people throwing stuff in the rings at us in Europe again. Nobody's done that since NWO. The ring was littered with trash by the time we left.
Oh, it was so awesome. It was such a great pairing at first. But, as it developed, what did you think about how the story got going? Because it was so dark and gritty to start off, and it was really raw. And I feel like as it developed, it kind of lost that edge once guys started to lose their mask. But when you went from being just, under the mask to being revealed, do you think that changed the dynamic of the group?
Me personally changed the dynamic of the group, or everybody as
Just do you think that when the mask started to come off each guy, that changed the dynamic of what the group was portraying on the air?
Well, yeah, but it had to. You can't do that forever. It had to eventually. Everybody had to be unveiled. That was part of the hype. So yes, it changed, but I don't think it was a bad thing. I think once we figured it out, you can only dangle the carrot for so long before people are going, okay, whatever, I'm going to go find a different carrot. So I think that timing was right, absolutely. The way that we were doing things, the coming through the crowd, all that stuff, it's all stuff that nobody had seen in forever. The backstage stuff that we were doing, taking people hostage, and it was a lot of fun. I think it ended.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I think it ended too soon. I think there could have been a lot more we could have done with that. But you know what? That's my job was to show up and do what they asked me to do, and that was it. So that's what we did.